Hi Tess.
Hi Jazz, how you going?
I'm good, thanks. Can you tell me what you do at the hospital?
Sure Jazz, so I'm what they call a social worker. So social workers help with families and children and their adjustment to illness and being in the hospital.
So what does adjust mean? Is that like getting used to the place?
Yeah, a little bit like that. So adjustment can mean talking, so a lot of emotional support and talking about feelings. So we can meet with kids on their own and talk to them about their experience of being in hospital. Sometimes kids can feel really flat and miss their friends and miss being at school. The other thing we can do as well is talk to parents about how they're going. So you might see us talking to mum and dad on their own, and this could be because they're worried about you being in hospital, but also worried about things outside the hospital that might be happening while they're inside here.
What are some of the other ways that you can help families?
So some of the other ways we can make things easier, as well as emotional support, is providing some practical support as well. So some families come from interstate and even rural Victoria as well. So a lot of these families have trouble coming to the hospital, where to stay at the hospital when they come. So we can just help to make life a little bit easier.
That's great. Are there any other things you can do to help families?
Yeah, we also talk with a lot of medical teams. So in your care, you might have a whole lot of different doctors and allied health people that are all involved. So sometimes we can let those professionals know how you're feeling and help to make your care a little bit easier.
Wow, that's great. So if I wanted to speak to a social worker, how would I do that?
You could ask your nurse, or you could ask one of the doctors or one of the allied health people involved in your care. We all carry a pager, so most of those people will know who is the social worker on that ward.
That's good to know. Are social workers just for some families, or can anyone see a social worker?
No, anybody can see a social worker.
Is there always a social worker in the hospital?
There's a social worker at the hospital in most units from Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 5. But we also have an on-call service. So in weeknights and on the weekend, if there's an urgent need for some emotional support, then a social worker can be contacted by the ward.
Wow, that's really great. It's so good to know that families have got people who can help them with being in the hospital.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Thanks for talking to me today, Tess.
No worries, Jazz. It was a pleasure.
And I'll see you around the hospital.
Indeed you will.